are you thankful for and why? Okay, Annie. Yes. Thank you for your answer. Annie says she's very thankful for her family because her family is very supportive. And whenever she needs them, they'll always be there. That's a very good point. Okay. So do you remember what we talked about yesterday? Yesterday we talked about the turkey pardon in the White House. Okay, so every year, the President of the United States will have an activity called the turkey pardon, and that means they will choose one or two turkey, and they will spare them, so the turkey don't need to be killed. Okay, so that's what we talked about yesterday, the turkey pardon. And today we're going to talk about its origin. When did it begin and why? Okay. So now please take a look at the second paragraph. And I'm going to have John read for us. Okay, good job. Okay, so first, believe it or not, the president pardon of a turkey or two has long been a Thanksgiving tradition in the United States. Okay, please highlight the first phrase, believe it or not. It means you may choose to accept something as true or not. It may seem amazing, but it's true. It can be used either at the first of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. So here it is used at the first of the sentence. And I will also give you an example as if someone looks young but actually she's not, you can say, oh, she's over 50 years old, believe it or not. And in Chinese, we call this kind of woman 美魔女, right? Okay. And then it can be, in the next sentence, it can be traced back to the presidency of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, please take a look at the phrase be traced back to. And please highlight it because it's very important. Okay, trace means to find the origin of something or where it came from and how it developed. Can I have Mary read the sentence for us? Yes. We need to trace the problem back to where it started so that we'll know how to handle it. Please remember, trace needs to be connected with the preposition word to. You can't use another preposition. You have to use to. Okay, and it also means to find or discover someone or something that has disappeared. For example, after looking for months, Peter finally traced his missing dog to a small town nearby. So that means Peter found his dog in a small town. And the phrase also has equals to from the 1920s. The only difference is this is the passive voice, because you can see it has a be verb and it is the past participle. And here is the active form. That's the only difference, but basically they are the same thing. Okay. And let's talk about the President Abraham Lincoln. He is one of the most significant presidents of the United States. Okay, so here I'm going to draw his timeline. So this is Lincoln's timeline. That means what happened during his life. So basically, he was born in 1800. He was born in Kentucky, and in 1860, he was elected as the President of the United States. Okay. But one of the most important things during his life is the Civil War, which happened from 1861 to 1865. Is the American Civil War. And do did something really, really amazing. That is the in 1862. That is the Emancipation Proclamation. That's when he ended that's the time he ended the slavery. And very unfortunately, in 1865, he was assassinated by someone. That means he was shot dead by someone. So that's what happened during Lincoln's life. And also in the textbook on page 167, you have a very short introduction of Lincoln. So if you want more information, you can take a look at that. Okay. So and let's continue on. In 1860, it was 1863, the year in which Thanksgiving was proclaimed a traditional holiday on the fourth Thursdays of November. So, proclaimed here means announced officially or publicly. And there's one important thing you have to remember. You need to put the before the ordinal number. Ordinal number means the number like first, second, third, fourth, and so on and so on. You have to put the definite article before it. Okay. Okay. So far so good? Okay, good. Let's continue. A live turkey had been sent to the White House for the president's holiday dinner. Here you have to pronounce L-I-V-E as live because it's an adjective here. You can't pronounce it as leave because if you pronounce it as leave, it means it's the verb form. Okay? So, sent to the White House. And here is the important things. The White House is basically the presidential palace of the President of the United States. Remember, you have to put the as well before the White House, and you need to capitalize those words because they are proper nouns. Okay, you can't say white. You can use the lowercase later because that means the house which is white. Okay. Okay, now let's continue. However, President Lincoln's son had bound it with the turkey in just a few days and had even named it Jack. So, can anyone tell me what is the synonym for however? What can you come up for? Yes, like nonetheless or nevertheless. They are all the same thing. So when you write nevertheless, when you do your writing, if you want to say the same thing but you don't want to repeat the word, you can just use these three words. Okay. The President Lincoln song. Okay. Here also we have an important point here. President. And president. So when do we need to capitalize P and when do we not? So it's very easy. If it needs to be capitalized, it happens when it comes immediately before the name of a president of a country. For example, President Barack Obama or President Lincoln. But if you are just referring to a president but doesn't immediately precede the name, you don't have to capitalize. Like, I run for president. So, and another point here, even here is used number. It means number like 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And its antonyms is odd number. Like number like 1, 3, 7, and so on and so forth. Okay. So do we have any questions here? Okay, no. Okay, that's very good. Now, I'll give you some homework because we need to practice some grammar. So please turn to page 167. Yeah, so you can see some grammar exercise here. So you need to do this. I'll give you this as your homework. And also, we're going to do something very interesting. So I'll give you a worksheet, and you need to write a creative poem for Thanksgiving. And this poem is called a acrostic poem. So for each verse of your poem, you need the first letter of your poem need to be started with those words. For example, the first sentence you can write, Thanksgiving is a holiday. That starts with T, right? And the second of your sentence needs to start with H. Like holidays are awesome, and so on and so forth. So I want to give you this homework, and you have a week to do it. So just be creative as much as you can, and I want you to have fun doing it. Okay? And also, I want to ask you to preview a little bit about the following paragraph. As you can see on the textbook, you have two pictures, right? What do you see on the first picture? Yes, some Native Americans, right? So actually, this paragraph is going to tell us about the very first Thanksgiving feast in America. And if you turn to the next page, you can see a parade, right? Actually, it's Macy's Thanksgiving parade, and it's our modern way to celebrate Thanksgiving. So you have 3 homework, and you need to do them because I'll check and I'll ask you tomorrow. Okay, so do we have any questions? If not, we call it a day. Okay, thank you.